Hello, I'm Susan Cole from aidsmap, and I'm here with Harun Tulunay, who is hospitalised with monkeypox at the Royal Free Hospital. Thank you so much for joining me today, Harun.
Thank you very much for having me over, Susan.
How long have you been in hospital now?
I've been in Royal Free London since Monday, and before then, from Friday till Monday, I was at Royal London. So I think this is the ninth day now.
Oh, okay. And Harun, how did you realise that you had monkeypox?
Susan, at the beginning, I had really high fever, but I thought it was COVID. I think it was around 12th or maybe 13th of June, and I did some lateral flow tests for COVID, and those tests all came back to back negative. So and then at that point, I thought maybe I got a little bit, cold, because it was windy, the weather changed. I don't know, but the fever didn't go away, and it came back much stronger at night with chills. And then I was even during the day, I was lying under the blankets, layer of blankets. Then I realized that this wasn't normal. And then obviously the sore throat and the swollen glands came into the play. Actually, my glands were really, really painful. So, and a couple of days later, I don't really remember the date, but I saw a really tiny black dot on my nose. And I read a lot about monkeypox. I thought, okay, this could be monkeypox. Um, but yes, this is how I first realized it could be monkeypox.
What have the symptoms been like for you, Harun?
So then the fever and the chills is the my biggest, like it was I can't even describe it to you. And I'm living alone. I really felt very desperate because the fever, whatever you do, it doesn't go away. And I got ibuprofen, really strong ibuprofen, and I was constantly, like, every couple of hours I was taking ibuprofen, and still I couldn't manage to control it. That was a bit really scary for me. And then my throat uh, completely shut. I couldn't even swallow my own spit. It was really so painful. I couldn't eat. I couldn't drink. That was the point that got me really worried. And it's it was really scary. And the rash on my body, this red and white rash, it doesn't go away. It was all around me, but I didn't have any visible blisters on my body rather than my nose, which also got bigger and bigger, got me worried. And those were the symptoms I got. And after hospital, when I got into the hospital on Friday, I started to have blisters, mostly in my hand, like things like that. Small blisters like that started to appear. Um, this was the point in my mind. I was already confirmed that it was monkeypox, but the test results came back really much later than that.
And what treatment have you had since you've been in hospital, Harun?
They transferred me to Royal Free London anyway, because Royal Free London is very experienced in infectious diseases, and I heard they had other monkeypox cases like mine too. So when I came here, my doctor Sanjay has talked to me about this treatment, which is approved in America, accepted in the UK and in Europe as well. But it is not trialed on human. He said that he believes it could work if I want to try it. But at this point, I was so much in pain. I even said that, okay, whatever is on the books, please give it to me, and I am more than happy to try it out. So they started this antiviral therapy, Tipox, called Tipox, which is 3 pills every morning and every evening. That basically works very similar to HIV treatment. It stops the virus to replicate or function inside you. And I believe personally, since I got started on this treatment, um, I got better much quicker. So 3 days later, my throat cleaned up a little bit, so I could actually start to drink water and eat prey. And then today, I think 6 days after the treatment, I am in a much better place. And my monkeypox scars, lesions are drying up. Um, but again, there is no human trial, so I can't 100% say that it's from the treatment, but this is the treatment process. Also, to treat the lesions, because my nose got quite infected, we started on antibiotics, and I'm still on antibiotics. I'm still on a TPOX. So the treatment still continues, even if I feel okay.
I'm so glad that you're starting to feel better. But what's been the emotional impact for you, Harun, of having monkeypox?
Susan, that actually kind of got me upset even more than the condition itself, because I am living with HIV and I'm kind of used to having this, mild conditions and, having the medication and getting well. But being hospitalized for the first time in my life, that is really long time. I stayed in a hospital for the first time this long. Um, um, and it was in isolation. You can't see anybody. You can't talk to anyone. And I don't have any family here in the UK. So I got really, I was in a state that I was really feeling hopeless and alone. And especially when those questions, because I was really in a heavy state and very, very, very ill, and they were obviously asking me questions like, do you have a will? Do you have a power of attorney? Do you have next of kin, anyone we can contact? When you don't have any answers to those questions, because I heard for the very first time, it really got me emotional. And now that's why actually that was the point that I started to share my journey about monkeypox, because it is very lonely, and the feedback from people, the negative backlash from people about this makes it worse. You just feel very isolated in every way. So I must say it took a toll on me, more than any other conditions I had emotionally.
And have you come across any misconceptions about monkeypox when you've been sharing your experiences on social media?
Yes, oh yes. Especially some people. I got messages, which is quite. I am used to, because of HIV journey. We are kind of used to those messages. But then monkeypox was. I got messages such as, "Oh, sexual health advocate and monkeypox, such an irony." Someone messaged to me, and the other person said that, "Oh, you are gay. HIV, monkeypox, that's not a surprise." Um, and then I just realized how appalling, because monkeypox is not a directly sexually transmitted disease. And just because I am gay, or just because I'm living with HIV, even if there is no proof they are directly connected to each other, people can find the courage to come on to you and blame you for a condition.
Thank you so much, Harun, for taking the time to speak to me from your hospital bed. When do you think you're going to be coming out?
Hopefully, they are thinking today, but most probably tomorrow. The reason with that, they because I'm living alone and I cannot use public transport. Even if they want to send me home, hospital is still trying to arrange your transportation to your isolation place. So, the pressure on the hospitals is so much. They are trying to arrange a vehicle, an ambulance to drop me off. And obviously that takes time. So that's why I don't know, maybe tomorrow, whenever they can find an availability, maybe tomorrow, maybe today. I'm just waiting what my consultants suggest.
Well, fingers crossed you'll be out soon, and I'm so glad that you're getting better, and I hope you make a full recovery very soon, Harun. I also spoke to Dr. Laura Waters, chair of the British HIV Association, and asked her what we now know about monkeypox.
Hi Susan, we know some things about monkeypox. There's a lot we still don't know, but what we know is there are now more than 1,200 cases in the UK. It's a virus that's passed on through close contact. At the moment, almost all of the cases are in gay and bisexual men who have sex with men, and there has been a link with group sex and sex on premises venues. And although it's not strictly speaking a sexually transmitted infection, it's passed on through very close contact, and clearly that happens during sex. It can affect anybody. It's normally very uncommon in the UK, and this is unprecedented, and there's now monkeypox in many countries globally that wouldn't normally see any more than the occasional travel related case. For most people it gets better very quickly. About 1 in 10 people need to go to hospital, but that's mainly because of pain. Nobody has died of it yet, but it can be serious for some people. But for most people it gets better with just routine supportive treatment. But the key thing is, if anyone has symptoms, they really need to see a sexual health or another medical clinic to get examined and get tested. And they can go onto the NHS website, many websites, the NAM aidsmap website, find out what the symptoms are and find out what to do. Because if people know about it, and if you are at risk, you can now get vaccinated, then we can curb the course of this new infection.